Daejun stood in front of the academy mirror in his gray uniform and looked at his own face. He was not tall. He was not strong. He did not have scales or teeth that could bite through metal. His skin was soft. His arms were thin compared to the other students around him. The human cadet was just 17 years old, and he was the only one like him in the entire Galactic Military Academy. The academy was built on Vareth Prime, a world where everything wanted to kill you. The sky was always dark because of thick clouds. The plants had thorns and teeth. The animals were monsters. Nothing was small. Nothing was weak. This was a place where only the strong could live. And humans were not supposed to be strong. Humans were not supposed to survive on worlds like this. But Daejun was here trying. He walked out of his sleeping room into the hallway. His roommate Vorath was already there. Vorath was a Kelvaran, a race of beings that looked like walking dinosaurs. He was 8 feet tall with hard skin that was almost like armor. His eyes were yellow and very sharp. Vorath looked down at Daejun and showed his teeth. It was not a smile. It was a warning. Human, Vorath said. You will die during the survival test. All humans will die. Maybe not today, but soon. Vorath walked past him without waiting for an answer. Daejun had heard these words many times before. Every day other students said things like this. They did not believe humans could fight. They did not believe humans could survive. And maybe they were right. In the training center, Daejun watched a class about combat. A Thanatos student fought with an older teacher. The Thanatos had long purple claws that were like knives. The claws were filled with poison. When one claw touched the teacher fell down. The Thanatos had won in 5 seconds. Everyone in the class made sounds of approval. They liked seeing power. They liked seeing strength. Then the teacher called Daejun to the front. Show us your combat style, the teacher said. Daejun moved forward. His hands were empty. He had no claws. He had no armor. He had no poison. He had only his body and his mind. He attacked the teacher 3 times. The teacher blocked him easily each time. Then the teacher hit Daejun and Daejun fell. Everyone in the class laughed. Later that day, a human girl came to find Daejun. Her name was Minnie. She had just arrived at the academy 2 weeks ago. She was also from Earth. She had the same soft skin and the same thin body as Daejun. She looked scared and alone. Is it like this every day? Minnie asked. Is everyone like this? Yes, Daejun said. But you get used to it, I think. I am still here, so maybe you can be here too. Minnie told him something important. There were more humans coming. The military wanted to test if humans could be soldiers. They wanted to know if humans had any special ability. Daejun was the first. Minnie was the second. Soon there might be more. On the morning of his test, Daejun received his assignment. He had to survive for 48 hours alone on Vareth Prime. He had a small bag with some food and water. He had a radio to call for help. But if he called for help, he would fail. Other students watched him go. Some made bets about how long he would live. Most thought he would be dead by morning. The military ship dropped him in a place far from other people. The area was full of tall trees and strange plants. The ground was wet and soft. Daejun was alone now. He was really alone. He walked for 1 hour and looked for a safe place. He found a cave in a high cliff. It was dark inside, but it was dry. He went inside and waited. He was scared. He knew that the biggest, most dangerous animals lived in this place. Some animals could eat things as big as buildings. Some animals could run faster than flying birds. And here was Daejun, alone with nothing but a small bag and his human body. As the sun went down, Daejun heard sounds outside. Big sounds. Heavy sounds. Sounds like something very large was walking near his cave. Daejun held his breath. He did not move. He did not make any noise. In the darkness, he waited for whatever was coming. His first night on Vareth Prime had just begun. The first light came into Daejun's cave. He was still alive. His heart beat very fast during the whole night. He heard many things moving outside. He heard roars that made the ground shake. But nothing came into his cave. Daejun did not know why. He did not know why the creatures did not attack him. When morning came, Daejun left the cave. He needed to find food and water. He walked down the cliff slowly and carefully. He watched every step. He listened to every sound. One thing he learned from his time at the academy was how to pay attention. The teachers never taught him this. but Daejun taught himself. He watched animals to understand how they hunted. He studied how they moved. He tried to know what they wanted. After 2 hours of walking, Daejun saw water. It was a small river with clean water. He sat down and drank. The water was cold. It made him feel alive. But then he heard something. Something very big was coming through the trees. A Vertil came out of the forest. This was one of the most dangerous animals on Vareth Prime. It had 6 legs. Its teeth were like long swords. Its skin was dark brown and thick. It was looking for food. And it saw Daejun, but Daejun did not run. Other cadets told him that running made animals want to chase you. Instead, Daejun stood very still. He looked at the Vertil without moving. He watched how its body moved. He saw that the wind was blowing from the animal toward him. The animal could smell the water, but could it smell Daejun? Daejun was very quiet and very still. The Vertil walked to the water. It drank. It did not look at Daejun at all. Then it walked into the forest and was gone. Daejun understood something. The Vertil was only looking for water. Daejun was not its food. Daejun was just something small that was not worth its time. Daejun filled his water bag. He found some plants that he could eat. The taste was not good, but his body needed food. He spent the rest of the day walking in small circles around the area. He looked for a better place to sleep. He found a place under some large rocks. It was dry. It was hidden. It was good. On the second day, Daejun heard 2 more big animals. One was a flying thing with wings as wide as a building. It came down and looked around. Daejun hid under a tree and did not move. The flying thing did not see him. It left. The second animal was very strange. It was the size of a hill. Its skin was gray and thick. Its eyes were as big as Daejun's head. This was a Titan. Titans were the biggest and most dangerous things on Vareth Prime. They could eat anything. Most cadets died when they saw a Titan. Daejun saw one now. The Titan was very far away. It was on the top of a hill. It was looking at the land below it. Daejun knew that if he moved, the Titan might see him. So he sat down and waited. He watched the Titan for a long time. The Titan looked at the sky. It looked at the trees. Then it looked in Daejun's direction. For 5 minutes, Daejun and the Titan looked at each other. Daejun could not move. He could not breathe. His heart was beating so fast that he thought the Titan could hear it. But the Titan did not attack. It did not make any noise. It just looked at Daejun. Then the Titan turned around and walked away. Daejun did not understand. Why did the animals not attack him? He was a small human alone on a dangerous world. He should be dead. But he was still alive. On the evening of the second day, Daejun sat and waited for the ship to come and get him. His test was almost over. He had survived 48 hours. He had lived when he should have died. As he sat there, all the animals around him stopped moving. The forest became very quiet. Even the wind stopped. It was like the whole world was watching him. And maybe it was. When Daejun got back to the academy, everything was different. The video cameras had recorded his entire test. Everyone had watched him survive. Everyone had seen him live when he should have died. The recordings were everywhere. Every student had seen them. Every teacher had seen them. The military leaders had seen them too. But there was something very strange in the videos. During his 48 hours, 5 different big animals had come near Daejun. All 5 times the animals had turned around and left. They did not attack. They did not even try to fight. They just walked away. The Academy science people studied the videos for many days. They talked and argued about what they saw. Some said Daejun was very lucky. Some said the cameras had broken. Some said something was wrong with the animals that day. But none of them had a real answer. What they had seen did not match what they thought they knew about Vareth Prime. On Vareth Prime, animals always attacked. They always killed. They always hunted. But they had not killed Daejun. Then an old woman scientist named Dr. Jinho asked to talk to Daejun. She was not from the military. She worked in the research part of the academy. She was very old and very smart. People said she knew more about Vareth Prime than anyone else in the galaxy. "Tell me what you felt," Dr. Jinho said to him. "Tell me what you heard. Tell me everything." Daejun told her about the animals. He told her about being still and quiet. He told her about watching the Titan. He told her that he did not understand why the animals did not attack. Dr. Jinho listened to everything. Then she told Daejun something very important. She told him that many years ago humans came to Verith Prime. These were not like Daejun. They were very different. They did not survive like normal humans survive. They changed. They mixed their mind with the mind of Verith Prime. They became part of the planet, and the planet became part of them. Every animal on this world, Dr. Jinho said, is connected to Verith Prime's mind. This mind is very old and very smart. It is older than any government. It is older than any war. When a human comes to this world, the mind of Verith Prime knows it. The mind recognizes something in human blood and bone. It recognizes that humans are part of it. So the animals do not attack you. The planet is protecting you. Daejun did not know if this was true. It sounded like a story. But Dr. Jinho seemed sure, and it was the only answer that made sense. Then something else happened. Minnie came to Daejun's room. She looked very worried. She had a message. Another human girl was in trouble. Her name was Haina. She had been sent to Verith Prime to take a test like Daejun, but something had gone wrong. She was stuck in a very dangerous place called the Deep Canyons. The military did not want to save her. They said one human was not important enough. We have to help her, Minnie said. Daejun looked at Minnie. He thought about what Dr. Jinho had told him. If the planet was protecting him, then maybe it could protect Haina too. If Daejun went into the Deep Canyons, maybe he and Minnie could save her. Okay, Daejun said. Let's go find her. They packed some food and water. They took a ship and flew to the Deep Canyons. As they went down and down into the dark canyons, Daejun felt something. The planet was watching him again, and this time it was ready to help him. Walking through the deep canyons was like walking into the mouth of a sleeping giant. The rocks were very tall and very dark. The light from the sun could not reach down here. Everything was shadow and silence. But as Daejun and Minnie walked deeper, they heard something. There were sounds of fighting. There were animal sounds and a human sound. Haina was in trouble. They ran toward the sound. They found Haina standing on a rock. Around her were 5 animals called shrikes. These animals were smaller than the Verthal, but they were very fast and very smart. They hunted together like soldiers. Their teeth were small but very sharp. They were trying to climb up to Haina, but they could not reach her yet. Daejun, Haina shouted. Help me! Daejun wanted to fight. He wanted to run at the animals and drive them away. But he did not. He remembered what he had learned. He stood still, he waited. And Minnie did the same thing. Together they stood very quiet and very still. Then something amazing happened. The ground under the shrikes started to move. Long green things came up from the earth. They were like giant roots. They pushed between the shrikes and blocked their way. The shrikes tried to bite the roots, but they could not hurt them. The roots were too strong. The shrikes made angry sounds and ran away into the canyon. The roots pulled back into the ground. Haina climbed down from the rock. She was shaking. She was scared. But she was alive. What was that? Haina asked. The planet, Daejun said. The planet saved you. Haina told them what had happened to her. When she was alone in the canyon, she heard voices. Not real voices, but voices in her head. The voices told her where to hide. The voices showed her where water was. The voices kept her safe. Haina said she felt like the planet was talking to her, like it was her friend. I felt like I was not alone, Haina said. I felt like something very big and very old was taking care of me. The 3 humans started walking back toward the canyon exit. As they walked, strange things happened. A titan appeared on a high cliff above them. It did not attack. It walked above them, like it was protecting them. Flying animals came down, but they did not try to hurt the humans. They seemed to be watching over them. The forest moved and changed around them, making their path easier to walk. When they got back to the academy, many people were waiting. The military leaders had seen what happened. They had seen the planet protect the humans, but the leaders did not understand. Some leaders were happy because the humans could survive on Verith Prime. Some leaders were scared because the planet had shown power that they could not control. And some leaders were angry because humans were becoming important. The military command center made a big decision. More humans would come to Verith Prime. They would test if all humans had this special connection to the planet. But there was a problem. Some leaders in other parts of the galaxy did not like this. Some leaders thought humans with planet power could be very dangerous. They wanted to destroy the humans before they became too strong. A war was coming, and the humans did not know it yet. In the weeks that came after, More humans arrived at the academy. First came 10 humans, then 20, then 100. Each one was sent to Vareth Prime to take the survival test. And each one came back alive. Each one had heard the voices of the planet. Each one had felt protected. The other students watched with worried eyes. Humans were becoming strong. Humans were becoming important. Daejun became a leader of the humans. He did not ask to be a leader. It just happened. The other humans wanted to learn from him. He taught them what he knew. He taught them to listen to Vareth Prime. He taught them to trust the planet. He taught them that being weak was not the same as being helpless. Humans had a different kind of power, a power that came from the mind, not from the body. Minne and Hana worked with him. Together they helped all the new humans understand what was happening to them. The humans were not becoming soldiers for a war. They were becoming bridges between two kinds of life. They were becoming voices for Vareth Prime. Then the attack came. A military ship from a faraway place landed near the academy. The ship carried soldiers from a nation that saw humans as a danger. These soldiers wanted to take the humans or kill them. They wanted to stop humans from becoming more powerful. The attack was fast and very violent. Weapons made fire in the sky. People died. The academy was breaking apart. But the planet did not let its humans die. Animals came from every direction. Not to kill but to protect. Verthals blocked the path of the soldiers. Flying creatures made the sky so dark that bombs could not find their targets. The earth opened up and swallowed some weapons. Everywhere the soldiers went, they found living walls made of animals that would not let them pass. The soldiers were scared. They had never seen anything like this. They had weapons that could destroy cities, but they could not fight a whole planet. A Titan came down and blocked the main gate. Flying creatures the size of buildings covered the sky. Every animal on Vareth Prime seemed to come to protect the humans. The soldiers ran back to their ship and flew away. They did not come back. After the battle, the whole galaxy knew about humans. Everyone knew that humans had a special connection to Vareth Prime. Everyone knew that the planet would protect humans. Many people were scared. Some people were sad because they thought humans were too powerful. But some people understood something important. Humans were not a weapon. Humans were a bridge. Humans could help other lives understand each other. Daejun stood on a high cliff and looked at the valley below. Vorath came and stood next to him. The big Kelverin looked at the small human. Vorath had been wrong. Humans were not weak. Humans had a different kind of strength. I was wrong, Vorath said. I thought you would die. But you did not. You lived, and you did something I could never do. You made a friend of a whole planet. We are not soldiers, Daejun said. We are something else. We are something new. And as they stood there, the animals of Vareth Prime made sounds of approval. The Titans called out. The flying creatures danced in the sky. The whole planet was awake and alive and happy. A small human boy from Earth had changed everything. He had walked alone on a death world and every beast had stepped aside. Now his whole species was walking on that world with him, and they would never be alone again.